Hi everyone, this is another episode here at Lean In Manila, our YouTube channel. And as you know, Lean In Manila is one of the networks under leanin.org. I'm one of the founders. I also have a co founder. Her name is Frances. And today we'll be interviewing Ace Gapuz. So I'll do a little bit of an intro of Ace. So, with more than 20 years of experience under her belt, Ace Gapuz is a pioneer figure in the content creation and influencer marketing industry in the Philippines. Ace is the Chief Executive Officer of Blogapalooza, Inc., the Philippines' premier influencer marketing company established in 2011. She leads a 50,000 strong community of content creators and influencers all over the Philippines who look up to her as the Blogger Mama. Ace's well rounded experience as a blogger and a content creator, events and podcast host, event producer, manager, marketing and PR executive, and a startup entrepreneur is the foundation of how Blogapalooza has grown to what it is like today. She holds a bachelor degree in management from the Ateneo de Manila University, a master's degree in business administration from the University of the Philippines, and a diploma in business studies from the University of Technology in Sydney. And today we have a very interesting topic, and it's basically how AI impacts how content creators do their jobs and their professions all over the world. So let's call in Ace Gapuz, and together with me, Fran will be interviewing her.
Hi, Ace. It's good to see you again. How are you?
Oh, very, very good. Thank you again, Ginger and Fran, for having me in your show.
Yeah, so what have you been up to lately, no? And maybe tell us more about Blogapalooza, what your vision for the company is, and how are you? How are you guys doing?
Yes.
Well, it's been a busy year. Q1 pa lang pala ngayon, ano? But we've been launching a couple of new departments. So we're really making Blogapalooza an ecosystem for the influencer marketing industry. And it's been my vision actually for the past, naku, how many years have been? Mga 7, 8 years that when I started leading the company, it's always been the vision naman eh. Kaya
Yeah.
lang, ngayon lang konti nakaipon. Ngayon lang nagkaroon ng resources. The most immediate thing I think that people can look out for would be the Blogger Creator Hub, which
Okay.
is a brand-powered collaboration hub for content creators.
Tell me more about like how you evolved as a company, no? I know that I was there when you first started Blogapalooza, no? I know a little bit more about the company, but yung viewers natin, can you tell them like what specifically is Blogapalooza and how have you evolved, and maybe share with us some milestones that you've encountered?
Sige, oo. Blogapalooza actually started in 2011 as an event. That's why it sounds very much like an event, di ba? Blogapalooza. Alam mo, mukha siyang palooza. So, event siya. And it's been an event from 2011 when it started up until 2015. And then that was the year when we discovered, teka muna, 4 na taon na tayo nag-e-events. What would be a way to grow? And that's when we launched, yung meron tayong platform, like a tech platform. And then that's when the evolution really came in. Pero sa start talaga, it's really an event that we really just evolved over the years. But it's been an event that's targeting bloggers, content creators, influencers, and hanggang ngayon naman yun pa rin yung primary target market natin. Fortunately, over the years, we've built a very good community of content creators nationwide, and that also has brought us a lot of leverage in terms of the things that we do. Campaigns, brand partners, other executions and projects, at least the community is there to support. Mm-mm.
May question ako,
Yes, ma'am.
is, so influencer, the influencer industry really just started mga 2010, no? Mga just before 2010, mga ganyan, 2008. And then, it really changed the landscape of
Oo.
advertising, marketing, diba? And kasama kami ni Ginger doon sa pioneers ba tayo, Ginger?
Grabe, you were one of the first,
Oh.
diba?
Yes.
Maybe, and now, how many bloggers, content creators have you worked with?
Worked with would be in the thousands already kasi
Wow,
many years na rin
thousands.
tayo nandito, Fran, eh, oo.
Mga
Pero
Pilipino lang yan?
puro Filipino, yes. Puro Filipino, oo. Siguro I would say a very, very minor percentage would be foreign.
Mhm.
But pero case-to-case basis yun. We work with brands that also want to work with creators based in another country. Pero I would say big majority talaga Filipino. But you were one of the first talaga, no? Yeah.
Tagal na.
Oh,
Meron akong ano.
oh.
Hi!
And then eighth question again. So,
Hmm.
in the last decade, what was some of the biggest trends and challenges that you faced as in Blogapalooza or as a
Sige.
content creator? Kasi like for example, di ba, una it was blogs and then biglang naging social media. And
Correct,
like
correct, correct.
how did you, ang bilis eh, how did you like adapt?
Oo.
Is that the word?
Oo.
Adapt.
Right. Challenges as a content creator muna bago yung business or entrepreneur side, no? Challenge as a content creator would mostly be pricing. This is also what I hear from the community, eh. Parang, okay, before kasi, alam mo na, when we started, wala, we were just very happy doing what we were doing, di ba? It wasn't naman paid. It wasn't something that's commercially viable or even
Yeah.
sustainable for that matter, di ba? Wala pa. So when time came that advertisers were now opened to the idea that content creators or bloggers pa nga during that time are actually a major part or could be a major part of their campaigns or marketing mix, parang, okay, so how do we price this? Because we've never paid for this. It
True.
was free product before. Paano mo pepresyuhan yun? Eh, wala naman bayad yun before.
Oo.
Diba? And syempre, that challenge also has a similar implication sa business side because it is a business opportunity. It has become a business opportunity. However, dahil nga walang standard sa pricing, it's
It's true.
also sort of like a science and an art to be in
Yeah.
that business. So, but then I saw it as an opportunity because, oo nga naman, if it's not standardized, if there's nothing yet in there, it's a very huge
Yeah,
blue
it's wild,
ocean.
wild west.
True.
Like everyone can just charge whatever they want.
But it's a massive blue ocean in that regard. Dahil, well, you come in there to set the standard because there's nothing in there. So
Mm-mm.
I really saw it as an opportunity. Kaya, I love being in this industry because there's not a lot of rules and regulations set, and we're able
Yeah.
to set that. Mm-mm.
Okay, so speaking of like trends, so related to the topic, Ace, no? So right now, a lot of people are talking about like artificial intelligence, by
Mm.
AI, with your influx of tools like ChatGPT, etc. So, like, what are your thoughts on this? And what do you think the role of AI will be when it comes to content creation?
Mm. Tingin ko, the role of AI sa content creation would be very similar to its role in the other industries. AI makes everything better, faster, more streamlined. I think sa content creation, ganun din, di ba? We can now write captions ng mabilis. Before, and you maybe you can relate, di ba? Minsan yung caption mo, teka muna, paano ba sulat to, di ba? And not only for the copy, talaga yung mga long articles, maybe ChatGPT or AI can help us with that. However, kasi no, I think the art of storytelling is an art that will never get lost. Lalo sa ating mga tao, humans crave connection. We've seen this especially during the height of the COVID pandemic. People were locked in sa mga bahay nila and everybody craved the connection. So, nagkaroon ng mga live. Nauso yung mga live streams, nauso yung mga online events, nauso yung mga ganitong bagay because everybody, humans, will naturally crave connection. And more often than not, yung connection na yan kasi is brought about by genuine and strong storytelling, which I think is something that will never go away. So while AI can make things a lot better, I think AI cannot replicate the storytelling capability of a human person.
Kasi yun ang pinag-uusapan namin because I'm a writer by profession.
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
There. So the in the writers community that it bothers us that there's, well, it doesn't actually bother me there, but it bothers a lot of people that, ay nako, our jobs will be taken over. And then remember, di ba nagkaroon ng app a few months ago, yung artists naman na yung
Yeah.
mga illustrations naman, the AI is going to replace us naman. And then now it's in content creation. Then like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but I forget which brands this is. I think it
Yeah.
was, basta, there are brands creating influencers, like they're
Yeah,
not
virtual
real people,
influencers. Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
But, instead of nga paying for a real person to be an influencer, they can just create their own.
Mhm.
And a lot of people nag-push back doon na parang, why don't you just hire, people to do it there? So anyway, so ang question really there is, how do you strike a balance between the using AI tools and also having that human touch pa rin, a human element in your content creation process?
Balancing the AI technology and the creativity process. Ako, I see this a lot in creative work because while there are tools that make the job faster, like editing tools, yung mga ganun, parang there are things, technologies that make whatever we do, it makes it better for us, kumbaga, makes it faster, easier, more efficient for us, such that we won't need to take up a lot of time or resources to do what used to take up a lot of time and resources.
Yes.
Yeah? Pero hindi pa rin naman nawawala yung quality nung, I would say, the presentation of the content, the way that it's been done, the manner of relating with the people that you do that with.
Yeah.
Parang ito naman yung mga hindi pa rin naman nawawala.
Mm.
Even in the art scene, fine arts, I see na, okay, wow, may mga crypto art, NFTs, etc. Pero there's always been a market for fine arts.
That's
There's
true.
always
Yeah.
there are always people who will appreciate what what a creative mind brings out,
Mm,
maybe regardless of medium, if you know what I mean. So
Mm-mm.
if you look at it on a writer's perspective, siguro kung ang isang tao ay talagang nagbabasa, and I read, Fran, I read. I've read your blog about Team MM, and yes, I'm Team MM. Yeah. Team MM only. Di ba? Yeah. For people like us who read, you know when there's a person behind it. In the
Yeah.
same way that you'll know when there's a person behind art that you look at.
yes.
Mm-mm.
So it will be disrupted, definitely. Marami naman ng kinds of technologies ang nakadisrupt ng normal na pamumuhay ng mga tao. But at the end of the day, there are things that don't get, that remain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel about this, the whole AI thing is,
Mm.
it's actually parang, do you call it a sieve? It,
Mm-mm.
kasi kung hindi ka masyado magaling, ma, ma, ah,
Parang,
mawawala.
oo.
Yes.
Pero like this one just makes you be more creative. Like just you have to
Mhm.
level up your game, because if
Mhm.
there are AIs already doing what normal people, like
True.
normal people can do, then you'll
Mhm.
just have to do it better.
Alam mo, naisip ko nga rin, 'di ba, we were there when there was no social media yet. It was all
Mm-mm.
blogs, 'di
Yeah.
ba? And we
Yeah.
find pleasure in reading everybody's blogs. Pero sa ngayon, 'di ba, yeah, blogs are still there, pero hindi na ganoon kalaki yung clientele, readership
Mm-mm.
ng
Yeah.
blogs, hindi na compared to before.
True.
But I would say the more successful bloggers, yung mga nagsimulang blogger talaga, they also evolved eh. Parang, okay, fine,
Mm-mm.
I still maintain that blog. However, there is a new technology here,
Yeah.
'di ba, that I might need to also try to learn and see how I can fit in there.
Yes,
So yung
that's
mga
true.
nag-social media, 'di ba, naging okay din sila.
Vlog. Oo, nag-vlog.
Mm-mm.
Ano, mga nag-vlog, 'di ba, nag-evolve sila from blog to vlog, and then during the pandemic, nag-live din sila. So
Mm.
I think the more successful ones, nakaka-adapt sila dun sa mga bagong technologies without losing sight of what their core really is.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's true. So, like, presenting it as a tool is something
Mm.
that people should think of, diba? Parang talagang ano eh, it's it's a means to get to what you want, diba? It's yung parang ganyan, like you have your platforms that constantly evolved, and now this is a new thing that you now need to learn, and it can help you. For those who are still scared, is of what the future holds for all of us now because of AI. Like, what are your tips and maybe like practical advice on how they can use this AI to their advantage?
Practical advice is, be open to changes because changes will always be there. Even myself, thinking about this industry, I've been here for a very long time and I've seen how much change has happened in 2 decades, I would say. So yung change, mangyayari at mangyayari.
Mm.
So be open to it because it might even spell the difference between will you stay here or will you not be here anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Openness to change has to be there. Hindi pwedeng maging stubborn. Hindi pwedeng, ay, ano yan, hindi naman mag-grow yan. Remember, maybe many, many years ago, decades ago, people thought the internet was just a fad.
Yes,
Now
that's a
our
fact.
lives depend on the internet,
True.
So the openness to change has to be there. Pa ba mga advice pwede? Maybe, whatever you're doing right now, try to see if the newer technologies will be able to improve that, or try to use the new technologies to improve whatever
Mm-mm.
you're currently doing. Parang make technology serve you. You know what I mean? Rather
Yes.
than being a slave to it, let it serve you. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I love that. Yeah.
Yun yung siguro mga practical advice lang that I could give off the top of my mind. Kasi yun lang din yung pinapractice ko. I mean, AI-wise, it's still practically new. Even if, kunyari in the startup space, we've been talking about it for what, 10 years na siguro. Pero ngayon lang medyo napag-uusapan talaga with the chat GPT growing in popularity. Pero tagal na ng AI na yan eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, and a lot of people have attempted to create platforms, technologies powered by AI, etc. Diba? A lot of them are failing also dahil bago nga. So, we're all
Mm-mm.
trying to learn it. Yung openness, andun na rin siguro yung it's never too late. So, parang be open to learn more and try to see how the technology can serve you.
Me, I have a question pa.
Yes, go.
Kasi you're giving advice to content creators, but specific because you're with Blogapalooza, right? And you were working with a lot of content creators. Like, as the CEO,
Mm.
what do you look for in your content creators? Like, do you look for sino yung gumagamit na ng AI? Sila yung ipaprioritize ko? Or sino
Mm.
yung authentic? Sila pa yung ipaprioritize ko? You know what I mean? Like, or do you just basically go, kung sino gusto ng brand, yun ang kukunin ko?
Okay. Okay, sige. Real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Okay, you go.
Real talk. Siyempre mahalaga na maayos katrabaho yung tao. So the
Mm.
way that they would professionally deal with us is very important to us.
Mm.
That's I think no prime
Yun
first
pa
and
rin ang
foremost.
number one.
First and foremost parang maayos ba tayo magkakatrabaho? And then second is this a person that or is this a creator that is yung uniqueness niya in that industry, in that field. Because if this creator is easily replaceable, hindi din ganun siya nag-hold ng value.
Mm-mm.
'Di ba? Like if maraming katulad mo, hindi ka as valuable versus say for example, no, I could name names.
Okay.
So in the gaming industry, an Alodia Goshenfiao holds value because
Mm-mm.
there's not a lot like her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
There are similar profiles. Yun nga, profile similar to Alodia, but there's nothing like in that level. So
Mm-mm.
that's its value. So for us, on the business perspective, syempre that's a marketable creator. Kasi
Mm-mm. True.
mahirap siyang palitan.
Mm-mm.
Mahirap siyang palitan. So that's the second. And then maybe the third, mm, the pricing still matters. Business-wise, the pricing still matters. I understand that content work is creative work, it's
Yeah.
art, and creators have different ways of working. Some are one-man teams, some are part-timers, some have management teams, some have a company that's like media company talaga sila, 'di ba? So the
Mm-mm.
price will be different regardless if kunyari isang video output lang naman 'yan. That one we understand. But siguro when you are fully immersed in the industry like me, no, lalo dun sa business relationship, makikita mo, grabe ridiculous naman tong presyo na to. Ridiculous talaga. Parang paano ko 'to justify kay client and makakapag-markup pa ako. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it still matters. So I think pero yun nga pricing is also an art.
Yeah.
The science is there because we price based on reach, based on all of the metrics that we can deliver. Pero art din siya in a way na, okay, we want to make this happen. How can we make this happen? Is there a way for you to bend over a bit just so we can make this happen? May ganun din.
Yeah.
For us, at the end of the day, di ba? Andun yung business na opportunity, yes, but relationships are still very important sa totoo lang.
Yeah. Alam mo, it's so interesting na parang while you were talking, I was thinking na it's not just about that anymore. Kasi in terms of like let's say it's not just about consistency because kunwari, you're consistent because na-generate ng AI mo, you get to automate all of these things, no? But at the end of the day, a level on top or a layer on top of that is who is delivering that message. Did the person actually go beyond just like the automating of everything to building his own brand and 'di ba? Parang and going to that extent of gaining trust from the people and the viewers that he or she has, 'di ba? Parang
Right.
parang ganoon na ngayon eh. Like you were saying na ano eh, madali na ngayon tapatan kasi like a writer can write, 'di ba? And a vlogger can basically write scripts online, 'di ba? But at the end of the day kasi same content, like sino yung who will I sponsor? Basically this person who actually has a real life knowledge or practices the things that he preaches or she preaches online, and we also see the match in terms of values of what they are delivering versus like what they are doing versus this person na naglalabas lang ng content na parang alam mo yun, like alam mo automated post all the time, and 'di ba? 'Di ba? So parang I think at the end of the day it's still that eh. Hindi lang yung putting out content pero
Yeah.
it's
Just
more
for the
of
sake of,
exactly, 'di ba? That's what I was thinking of it. Talagang may effort pa rin eh. Kasi kasi I still hear people say, ang dali na ngayon, 'di ba? Maging content creator lalo na ngayon, 'di ba?
Lalo ngayon, totoo.
Dati nga sinasabihan na
It's
tayo
not
eh,
good.
anong klaseng trabaho 'yan, 'di ba? Pero it's hard work. Pero now with
Totoo.
with AI, people now will say, anong klaseng trabaho yan? So, mas dumali pa, di ba? But no way. At the end of the day, it's still effort. It's still hard work because you're not just putting out content, but you're also building yourself and building that trust and the relationship with the people around you. Tama ka,
Yeah.
Ace. Yeah, so in terms of this, like, how do you see, like, things evolving naman in the content creation industry, not only like from the content creator standpoint but also from brands, like all of the enablers in this industry?
Yeah, what are they looking for also?
Alam mo, ang dami kong naiisip, pero siguro ngayon, no, brands are starting to think more metrics. Before, it was a very personality play. It still is sometimes, no? Pero now, it's mas madaling pumasok sa industriya dahil sa mga platforms na pinapadali ang content creation, pero mas mahirap to get ahead dahil sa dami ng creators at saka sa level na kailangan nating maging para talagang mas maging marketable. Dati, okay na personality play. Dati personality
Yeah.
play. Tapos parang, okay, fine, yung personalities, yeah, okay, they give us the credibility, but where are the numbers? And now, the brands are chasing the numbers. And then now they're finding na dapat pala it's a balance between the numbers play and the personality play. Dahil hindi numbers are good for business results. They move the needle, 'di ba? They give you your returns para dun sa investments. The numbers have to be measured. Pero at the end of the day, yung association pala mahalaga, na-realize nila. 'Di ba? So parang minsan ngayon kahit sobrang mahal nitong creator na to, I wanna be associated with that creator. So, na work with that creator. So it's finding the balance already between personality and the numbers. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's a good mix of that already.
Follow-up
Eh,
question done is, no, like
hmm,
you were mentioning metrics, and we all know that these platforms, these are, let's say, businesses who need to
mm,
earn, diba? So
correct.
platforms like all of these social media platforms
Yes.
earn through ad revenue, diba?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts in like, do these content creators, if you want to make it big in the industry, do these content creators need to have resources? Because parang nagiging tapatan na ng resources when it comes to metrics. So what are, I just want to know like your thoughts on this.
Ang hirap ng metrics conversation kasi we
Mhm.
are at the mercy of algorithms, no? There are platforms like TikTok, for example. Wow, the metrics are massive. Where have you seen 400 million views, 'di ba, in 1 month? We've never seen that before TikTok.
True.
So parang it's difficult to have that conversation of metrics, do we need to pay, ganon. Kasi we're really at the mercy of algorithms.
Yeah.
However, syempre, if you look at all of these platforms as businesses din, 'di ba?
Oh,
There
yeah.
was a time when business pages had
Mm.
mass reach if they had a huge number of likers or followers.
Yes.
That's why during the earlier times of Facebook, people focused on like yung page ko,
Ah,
because
ah,
like is an automatic eyeball. And then,
Yeah.
biglang nawala. Biglang
Yeah.
nawala. Yeah. So, if the platforms decide to follow the usual pattern, these
Mm.
creators, maybe they're giving them the visibility that they're looking for para magstay sila at mag-create sila ng content in the platform. But
Mm.
the platforms can easily flick a switch
Yeah.
and lower the visibility of the creator content,
Yeah.
which is what's happening to the
Yeah.
businesses right, 'di ba? Pag brand ang
Mm.
page mo, baba ng visibility mo. Right now, because it's a creator economy, of course,
True.
the platform will encourage the creators to create content in their account, even going as far as create content here, create reels. You've
Yeah.
seen,
Mm.
I've
True.
seen a lot of
Mm.
creators, 'di ba? 1 month from 2,000 to 100,000, 1 month
Mm.
kaya just to make reels. And
Yeah.
that, imagine how much they're playing with our ego. Ego
Totoo.
play.
Yeah.
Eh,
Totoo.
kahit TikTok, tingnan mo, di ba? Yung mga creators na babaliw kasi, 10,000 ako in 1 week. Oh my God. Got me.
Ang daming
Oh,
nanonood sa akin. And then you
Yeah.
have to stay in that.
Yeah.
correct. Oh, but what if si TikTok bigla na lang mag-flick ng switch at, well, shucks, yung mga followers hindi na, ito na, stagnant na ako.
Mm.
Yung mga views na hindi na ako napupunta sa For You page. Yung
Yeah.
yung Facebook page ko, gumawa ako ng maraming reels. After 5 months, 6 months, hala, wala nang nag-engage sa akin. We are still at the mercy of
It's true.
algorithm. So parang at the end of the day, as a creator, what do? You focus on your core, you just create.
Yes.
Yeah, totoo. Pero I love what you said also. Kanina may sinasabi ka na, oo nga naman, kung ikaw ay, if you wanna treat it, no, as a content creator, if you wanna treat what you're doing as a business, kailangan mo intindihin Parang wala kang choice Intindihin mo yung algorithm, intindihin mo like how these, how ads work, di ba? Kasi parang now, it's basically a business if you're looking to monetize, if you're looking to monetize it. Pero, tama ka rin in saying na at the end of the day, siguro it's really about like what your intent and your purpose is when it comes to content creation. Kasi like, why are you here? Kung masaya kang creating content, then basta create ka lang syempre talaga ng
Correct.
content, 'di ba? And yeah, maybe like yung value kasi that you give to other people will come back to you. 'Di ba? Parang yun na rin yung nakikita.
Mhm. And have you observed this?
Mm.
Sometimes there are creators na biglang putok, 1 week, wow, instant famous.
Oo, yeah.
But there are creators na medyo slow, slow climbed sila. Parang it would need to take them to create maybe 100 videos before there's one that really clicks. And then dun sila
Yeah.
karoon ng follower bases. Iba't iba lang din talaga siguro siya.
No, ang journey, that's true.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's no real, there's
Yeah.
no formula.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you stay updated is? Like going back to the topic, like in terms of AI, how do you stay updated with all of these AI tools? Ang dami na nila when you research now.
Oh, alam mo ako, to be honest, I have a lot of subscriptions sa email. Of course, I choose the ones that I subscribe to. But I do have a lot of subscriptions sa newsletters ng mga companies na nakakatulong doon sa pag-improve ng mindset. I could give you some na talagang fina-follow ko. I'm subscribed sa Influence Weekly, I'm subscribed sa eMarketer, Adweek, yung mga ganyan. And I read their
Yeah.
newsletter. Fairness, because, well, these companies, well, they're not based in the Philippines, pero alam naman na natin medyo sa Philippines, we're a little behind dito sa mga technologies. So
Mm-mm.
when you up on these resources from, I would say, more progressive countries or more advanced countries, you get a feel of, okay, this is how things could be here in the next 3, 5, 10 years. Ayun, I
Nice. Yeah.
subscribe. I read a lot. I'm a reader kasi talaga. I read a lot.
Nice,
I like
nice.
reading.
Ace question.
Yes.
So this is you as a content creator and as someone who manages content creators and also works with businesses. So how do you approach collaboration with your talents, with other content creators? And do
Mhm.
you like inaalalayan mo ba sila na like, okay, ito yung mga AI tools na kailangan mong gawin or hindi mo na kailangan, ito lang ang hinahanap namin or like do you like coach them on because they're yours, they're your
Yep,
talents.
yep.
So, like
Mm.
how do you balance or how do you approach nga the
Okay.
collaboration between
Yeah, oo.
the person and the AI?
Right, yeah. Okay, fundamentally, creators have different ways of working. Some
Mm.
are more traditional, some are more open to the newer technologies. Okay,
Mm.
for the ones who we think and feel are more on the traditional side, we we hold their hand to see where they can improve whatever they have more. Maybe using new technologies, maybe with the help of AI, or maybe talagang human touch.
Mm.
But for the ones, and especially the ones who are younger, the younger kasi are more experimental, they're more, parang mas gamay lang talaga nilang technology. Ewan ko ba, nung tumanda ako ng konti, parang hindi na ako ganun ka-techy. I felt that also. There was a time in our life na sobrang techy natin, tapos bigla na lang hindi naging techy. But anyway, younger creators kasi they're more experimental, they're more open to using technologies. I learn a lot from my younger teammates.
That's true.
Nice.
Some of my teammates in the team talaga, like working in Blogapalooza as part of our employees, content creators din sila. So, I learn a lot from them in terms of, ay, ganun pala, may ganun na palang platform. Ay, yung Discord
Oo.
pala, ganito na pala.
Oo.
Parang, ay, dapat tayo nagde-develop ng community. So, parang, it's really kung kaya niya yung technology, we allow them to use it. And then kung medyo behind sila dun sa newer technologies, we try to hold their hand if it's something that they would be open to learning. Pero at the end of the day, syempre we keep in mind, tao to eh. At the end of the day,
Mm.
gagawin na kung ano yung para sa kanya, nakabubuti.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. So in the end, you still respect how
Oo,
they
oo,
as content creators would
oo. At saka yung pacing
approach
niya.
content.
So,
Oh.
yung pacing niya, Fran, kasi meron naman talaga na gusto ko lang magsulat. Happy ako dito. Yung hindi
Yeah.
talaga
Ako yan.
vlog. O, di ba? Hindi pa pang vlog. Hindi talaga ako kukuda dito at magla-livestream.
Ikaw
Ayun.
naman.
You know what I mean, di ba? Oo.
Yeah. So okay. So Ace, to end this now, our final question, like give us na lang tips for the content creators, especially out there, no, on how to thrive in this industry.
Yes.
I'm a learner. And I enjoy picking the brains of people. I enjoy reading. And I think that virtue of mine, that practice that I've learned through the years, it has been what's keeping me here. You know what I mean? Kahit na sabihin natin, ay, ang tagal na ni Ace dyan sa influencer marketing, bata pa lang siya, nagsimula siyang vlogger, pero dito pa rin naman ako in fairness. Kasi hindi ako naging stagnant. And whatever would be the new thing in the industry, I try to learn it. I try to see if that would be helpful for whatever I have right now. So siguro para sa content creators na lang, let's have that learning mindset.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe there was a time bloggers ang bida, but they
Mm-mm.
evolved. That's why
Yes.
a lot of them are still successful because they evolved, because they learned whatever was new. So, try to learn something. Whatever is new, try to learn it. Don't be stubborn. May mga creators din na TikTok, ano lang yan, para sa mga nagsasayaw-sayaw. And then, it's very big, 'di ba? But but because they were maybe they were stubborn to just get into it. Try to learn it lang naman. Try to learn it lang. And maybe, malay mo, in the next 2 to 3 years, may bago na namang platform, 'di ba? Don't be
Yes.
stubborn. Try to learn it. What's in there, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
So yun lang siguro, learning mindset is very important regardless of matanda ka, bata ka, wala namang may monopoly ng knowledge eh. Yun
Mm-mm.
lang, learn lang, try to learn lang what's in there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Is. So, yeah, we super learned a lot today. And then hopefully we can invite you again for another video. Alam mo namang laging may nag-evolve dito sa industriya. So,
Correct, correct. And we will learn more about that when it comes.
that's
Oo.
true. Right.
Thank you
Thank
so much. Thank you,
you.
Ginger and Fran. Amazing thing that you do. I love
Thank
seeing
you.
both, lahat ng mga efforts nyo for technology, for women, for the industry. I appreciate it. You've been very consistent.
Thank
And
you.
I appreciate that you think about me all the time. I remember that when
Yes.
we did lunch before, ano? So,
Yes. Yes,
Exciting.
definitely.
grateful.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.